how you have implemented the zero energy program in schools, Amherst schools?
Well, we worked on a bylaw that mandates that all new construction in Amherst meets zero energy requirements. There hasn't been any new construction yet since we passed the bylaw.
Is that very hard to reach the standard of like the net zero because it needs a really high cost to build a new building?
Well, that's a common misconception that it costs more. When you think about the initial construction cost, it does add about 10%, but when you look at the life cycle cost of the building and the amount of money that's saved in the long term, because you're not having to purchase fossil fuels to operate the building, it actually ends up being cost positive for the town.
Okay. So can you tell us about like what do you think? Why did the town decide to implement the bylaw?
Well, I think the town decided to implement the bylaw because they recognize the urgency of responding to the challenges of climate change.
Okay. And because we know it was recently done in Cambridge that a net zero energy building.
Mm-hmm.
And have you looked at words at school and thought about following a similar plan for Amherst School?
I didn't understand the second part.
Because there is one like the school building have it's a building with the net zero energy has been done in Cambridge. Right. Do you think that we can following a similar plan for Amherst School?
Right. So when we were working on the bylaw, we knew that building was under construction, and we knew of lots of other examples around the country of net zero schools and other. Because the bylaw doesn't just apply to schools, it applies to all new municipal buildings. And so we knew that it could be done and that we have the technology and the knowledge to do it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have proposed the bylaw. So it's always great when more examples come online, and every year it's exciting because there's been a real increase in the number of zero energy buildings every year.